Hi, ready to learn how to work out your brain with Spot On? The Spot On Brain Workout will help you become a more confident student who thinks faster and remembers more. You can select images you like, keep track of your progress, and earn points. This demo will help you learn how to do the workout. At first, you will see a blue spiral appear in one of the boxes on the grid in front of you. Try to remember where you saw the spiral even after it disappears. Very soon, another spiral will appear. Your job is to decide if the spiral is in the same place as the first spiral. If it is, then click the match button quickly. Let's watch the demo so you can see an example. We call this the 2-in-a-row version. See the first spiral location and the second? They don't match, do they? But compare the third and fourth spirals. Did you notice that the spiral shows up in the same location twice in a row? When you see a match, you click the match button on your screen. Now notice the location of the spiral in grid 5. Now look at the spiral in grid 6. See? A match. I think you can do this. The second level of the brain workout is a tiny bit harder because now you will look for matches 2 grids back instead of 1 grid back. We call this the skip 1 version. Let's watch the demo so you can see an example. See the first grid? Memorize where the spiral is. It's in the top left corner. Now, memorize the location of the spiral in the second grid. Top middle, okay? No match though, because you are now looking for spiral matches in every other grid instead of every grid. The third grid has a spiral, but it doesn't match the first spiral, does it? Look, the fourth grid shows the spiral in the top middle, and that's a match with the second grid. The fifth grid shows the spiral in the bottom left, okay? And look, it matches the spiral in grid 3. See if you can figure out why. Good. It matches because the spiral in grid 3 and grid 5 are in the same place. Wow. Grid 6 and grid 4 also match. Why? You're right. The spiral in both grid 4 and grid 6 are in the same location, top middle. Okay. Now the workout gets a bit more challenging, but with practice, you will be able to do it well. In this challenge, you will go back to the 2-in-a-row version where you compare the spirals in the grids that are right next to each other instead of in every other grid. And you will also be listening for the sound of a letter or a number. You will click the match button if the spiral's location is the same twice in a row, and also when the same letter or number occurs twice in a row. Remember to click the match button anytime the spiral shows up in the same place twice in a row, or the letter or number sound is heard twice in a row. Let's watch the demo. Notice the location of the spiral in grid 1. Listen to the letter. In grid 2, the spiral is in a different location and the letter sound is different. No match. In grid 3, notice the sound and position of the spiral are the same as in grid 2. It's a match. Press the match button. In grid 4, the spiral location is the same as in grid 3, but the letter sound is different. Is it a match? Yes, it's still a match because the spirals are in the same place on the grid, so press that match button. In grids 4 and 5, the spirals are in different places, but the letter sound is the same. Is it a match? Yes, it is because the letter sound is the same twice in a row. In grids 5 and 6, we have a sound match and a spiral match. Do you see why? That's right. The grids are right next to each other, and the spiral location and letter sounds were exactly the same. Nice work. Okay, so this is the very most challenging workout, and it's back to the skip one version. It's really just like the last workout because it has spirals and sounds, but instead of being able to have matches right next to each other, you must look for matches on every other grid instead of every grid. Let's watch the demo in slow motion and you'll see what I mean. Okay, most people learn best by doing, so it's time for you to start your spot-on workout. Click the Go button to begin.